And welcome to the Carolina Post-Game Show. I'm the coach, Dick Cox, joined by a special guest today, John Poole. John, first experience working with Cox Sports Broadcasting. Tell me what your thoughts are. You get to see, I know you've been to games before, though, but you got a chance to see what an NFL game is like on the opposite side. Tell us a little bit about your experience today.
Well, Coach, thanks for having me today. Just standing here on this the turf of Panther Stadium, it's overwhelming. Seeing what these guys see, these players when they come down here, is one thing. Viewing it from the stadium, from the press box, proportions just give it away. You got to be down here to appreciate it. Outstanding football, without question. These guys are professional athletes in every way. What a venue. I wish that one day Charlotte could host a Super Bowl.
That would be great, and I think the people of this area would love to do that too. I know Jerry Richardson's got Poole with the NFL being one of the leading owners in the league. Maybe that dream will come true someday right there, though. But, today – Jets are your team, your favorite team, so we're going to let you give the perspective. But, what did you think today, before I get into the Panthers, the way the Jets played? I'll be honest with you, I thought the Jets actually played the Panthers a little bit better than I thought they did. I thought it was anybody's ball game until a couple of big plays by the Panthers, the block punt, but really the pick six by Munderland, I thought broke their back.
Oh, without a doubt. You're correct. Jets had, I think, the better defense, at least through the first half. Had they not had the better defense, I think the Panthers would have run up the score a lot more than what happened. Of course, you remember at halftime the game was tied. It was a game of right feet hitting field goals for the first 30 minutes of the game. Without doubt, Panthers have a superior offense. Cam Newton is a field marshal on the field. Not only is he a great quarterback, he's a great strategist, a great tactician. Oh, I see them dimming the lights. Must be a cue for us to leave. Jets, though, just don't have an offense. They don't have a running game, but they've got a great defense. It was exciting to see Coach Ryan at the end of the game. Also, Geno Smith being up close with those guys. It was really great.
Again, Panthers coming back off a very disappointing loss last week to the New Orleans Saints. I think that the difference in that game with New Orleans, Panthers moved the ball early, had to settle for field goals while the team from New Orleans, Drew Brees and company, were getting touchdowns. It made it big, though. But for them to come back with a big bounce-back win today, New Orleans loses, then this place is going to be rocking next Sunday. The city of Charlotte will be rocking right before Christmas with what I think is going to be the game for the division championship, that both of them come in at 10-4 now. The winner of this game will probably go on and win a division, though, and will have a home first-round playoff game. How big – you were born in Charlotte. Yeah. How big is this for the city of Charlotte to you couldn't ask for anything better for the Panthers to have a chance to play for the division title on their home field?
Well, you were in the locker room a few minutes ago, and you heard Cam Newton pretty much say this is going to be a division game next week. They're gearing up for it mentally. They are already there physically. Anytime you have a game like that in a town like Charlotte, wow, it just means so much for the local economy, restaurants, lodging, the whole thing, entertainment. This is just, it couldn't come at a better time with Christmas season, 10 days away from Christmas. So, wow, what a wonderful time to be a Panther fan, even though I'm a Jets fan, and what a wonderful time to be in Charlotte. So if they next week, if your associate can't make it, you got me.
You're on standby.
I'm on standby.
I got you right there, though.
My bags are packed.
I got you. And it's kind of, you got a chance to see two different the winners and losers there. Now, I got to have a little bit of fun with Captain Munderland in the locker room at their South Carolina boy. Yeah. His play was the pick six that he had was a great play. And I did not realize that Captain Munderland, by picking that off and running it back, became the all-time leader of Carolina Panthers in Carolina Panther history for interception returns. He passed Mike Minner today for that. So he became – I didn't realize that till Eric Boynton from the Spartanburg Herald-Journal told me that, though. Wow. But there had been so much trash talk with your boy, number 10, the receiver for the Jets, had talked about how weak the secondary was for the Panthers, that they had something to prove. And he was talking about when he got to the end zone, he wanted to do the little airplane thing. He wanted to do the Jets, and he did that and fell down. And then it was hilarious. He did it on purpose and collapsed. Well, here comes, without, and I asked him, was this pre-planned? Here comes his secondary mates that come over to check his pulse and then start administering CPR on him. That has got to be the funniest things I have seen. Celebration. I remember Steve Smith used to do some great ones before they outlawed it. And it cost him a 15-yard penalty, and he probably said he would be fined for the league on that. But I think CBS ought to contribute to that because that was the most entertaining play of the whole game.
I think of the entire weekend in the NFL, right in that corner down there, the CPR that the captain administered, the 15-yard penalty that followed was well worth it. It was great entertainment. I must say probably more entertainment than the Jets, but pretty exciting.
And I asked him, too, were they good at CPR? Yeah, he said they were pretty good.
Yeah, they were. They should all be part-time ambulance guys on the weekend.
And the thing about it, too, I asked him, I said, was that rehearsed? And he said, absolutely not. Because sometimes, Steve Smith said he used to plan and have choreography of what he scored, and I used to enjoy watching that. But for them to ad-lib and come up with something like that, though, that's got to be one of the highlights of the year. If that's not an ESPN top 10, it's got to be the Cox Sports Broadcasting #1 of today.
For the whole year. And I think, did we not hear the captain say in the locker room he's just waiting on what the NFL fine's going to be?
That will be curious to see on that, though. But I hope they realize that was entertainment, though. But I loved it, though.
I don't think it was worth the flag.
No, it was not. And they got to throw it because it's celebration. They are doing their job. I'm not bashing officials. They've got to do what they are enforced to do, though. But going back to the Jets for a minute, though, that I had kind of a different perception of Ryan coming into the game right there, Rex Ryan on the job, that I knew his brother is a hippie idiot, the defensive quarter for New Orleans. And maybe I get to see him next week when New Orleans comes to town, though, that he's got to be the oddball of the family. But I gained a lot of respect that I think that Ryan came in here and did a good job. I thought he was very cordial in defeat, and I like what he had to say. He was very complimentary of the Carolina Panthers. He realized that this probably was the final straw in their season, eliminating them from the playoffs, and this may have been his final straw in his job.
It could be. Rex Ryan and Woody Johnson have an unusual boss-employee relationship. Hopefully it will continue. Rex was on top of the world 3 seasons ago, and now he's pretty much he's out of it for the remainder of the season. Don't really have an offense. He doesn't have a quarterback that is exciting. And if he had a quarterback, I'm not sure who he has to catch the ball. But what he does have is a defense, and a defense does win football games. That's a fact. But too much weight has been put on the defense for the Jets. They're carrying their share of the load, plus trying to keep the other side from scoring the points. Unfortunately, Geno and his side is just not putting up the points that they need to make the owner happy. It would surprise me, Coach, if we had a Rex Ryan change going into next fall.
Do you, as a Jets fan, I'm going to put you on the spot, do you want to see him go? And the second part of that question is, do you think he will go?
Either the coach has got to go or they've got to go find a quarterback that can work with Ryan. It's one or the other. And in the food chain, coaches don't put points on the board. The players put the points on the board. I saw Geno tonight up close and personal, sitting right there in the front row as he was talking to you on a few occasions. And I must say that when I compare him to Cam Newton, it's not apples and oranges, but I can honestly assure you, Geno's an NFL caliber guy. Cam Newton is an NFL dominator. And they've got to get a dominator. They've got to get a rainmaker at the Jets. If they do, I think Rex could do it. I think Rex could tame it. If they go the other way, I think it's going to be a long haul to get to a Super Bowl.
Again, That was going to be my next question. I was going to ask you though about we got a chance to interview both quarterbacks after the game right there, and when you look at Geno right there, just physically maturity right there. You can see physically he's not the person yet, being a rookie right there, poise and just a lot of things different. And I mean, even when Cam came into the league 3 years ago as a rookie, there was a big difference in that though. And I think Geno's really been put in a really tough situation playing in the city of New York. You had Sanchez, who I don't think was the answer for the quarterback, goes down with a season-ending injury, so he had to be thrown to the dogs right away in a learning situation. And I really think that a lot of this may have stunted his growth because he has absolutely no running game to bail him out. I'm sure they did bust a couple of long runs today, but he's got no quality as far as, franchise running back or NFL caliber guy that you could put on a fantasy team in the backfield to give him any kind of running game.
Oh, so he's not on your fantasy team?
No.
Well, there's one thing that impressed me tonight was Cam Newton's socks. He had on multicolored socks for the holiday.
You can't see those on camera, but mine match my outfit.
Got on his
mine match my outfit right there. So I came color coordinated.
I was ordered not to have anything to do with jet colors or jet lanyard or anything green on. Hey, look at what the boss has got on here.
Well, the boss did this not knowing what you were going to show up in. I was going to have to outshadow you today. If you had green to take away the green look, I had to come decked out in Panther attire tonight.
Well, Coach, as much as I enjoy standing out here, it's cold on this field. Let's go home.
It is cold. Let me ask you one more question before we go home right there. Again, your first chance to see the Panthers up front. Are the Panthers in this franchise, do you think the Panthers are a team that can make the playoffs, win the division, and maybe make a run in the playoffs?
I certainly think they could get to the Super Bowl. Will they? Probably not. But if they did, I think they're going to play Seattle.
Well, Seattle would actually be who they would have to play to get to the Super Bowl. If they get there, I think it's going to be Denver.
They won't beat Seattle.
That could possibly be the NFC Championship game if they could both make it that far if they win the division.
And I'm sitting in the Panthers' house, but I just don't think they can play up to Seattle. And again, my heart's up there in New York. Well, the other good thing about the Jets today is that the New York Giants got shut out. So, hey, it's not a bad day for New York.
I lied. Last question. Any possibility that being Charlotte-born native that we can convert you to a possible Panther down the road?
Let me just say that I've been a Jets fan since Joe Namath shaved his legs to do a legs pantyhose commercial back in 67 or 68 for the amazing sum of $10,000. And ever since then, I've been a Jets fan. Before that, I was a Packer fan. So I got to say, Coach, I'm probably going to stick with the Jets, but unquestionably the Panthers are number 2 in my heart.
Well, see, I've got 2 number 1s because I have been a Packer since the Bart Starr days, and I am now a stockholder and have a Super Bowl ring for the Green Bay Packers. But I have 2 number 1 teams, and that is the Green Bay Packers and your Carolina Panthers right here, though. It is cold out here. We're going to wrap it up. Have enjoyed having you as my partner in crime tonight, my co-host John Poole tonight. Again, coming to you live from Bank of America Stadium. We will be back next week to bring reports of the biggie for the division championship. New Orleans comes to Charlotte. It will be for all the marbles. Let's see if the Panthers can get them back after last week's loss.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Good night, everybody.